when it was Yud Aleph Nissan Tavshim Beis, and we were set to go on Shlichus to Australia that year. We did, Baruch Hashem. And then we were supposed to go before Pesach. But we asked the Rebbe permission, being that it's Yud Aleph Nissan Shnas HaShmoinim, so perhaps we expected something is going to be very special. We asked the Rebbe the Shus if we can stay for Yud Aleph Nissan Shnas HaShmoinim, which would obviously delay the Shlichus till after Pesach, and the other Shluchim would remain. So not Chas v'Sholom that there would be no Shlichus in Australia. They would stay longer. And the Rebbe okayed it, which was not common.
When they went on Shlichus in Australia, it was 2 years, day after day. We went on Shlichus to Miami. Miami is much closer. And the Rebbe told us, before we went, that we should base our Shlichus on their Shlichus. But the shaila is, how much to base it? What would be Pesach? Do we have to stay there Pesach or not? So we asked the question, and Holla asked the question for us, and the Rebbe answered, if you want, we could come in for Pesach. But to come for Pesach, but then we're going to lose out. Aren't we shluchim in a place? We have to give matzahs. There's the whole aveda of Avtzon, of the reason why we're shluchim there. So we decided we're going to do until the maximum last day that we could stay there. We'll stay there, and then we're going to come to Crown Heights. So then, of course, Pesach, we have Yud Aleph Nissan, so we came a day before Yud Aleph Nissan. We came in 70, was upstairs, and we started singing and dancing. Shoyes Nochanand. The night, as far as I remember, the night before Yud Aleph Nissan.
Als wie der Rebbe sagt, Rachman hat gegeben noch a Chedesh, von Yud Aleph Shvat bis Yud Aleph Nissan, soll sein nicht nur 2 Chedoshim wie Bechol Shona, nur mäßig gewähnt noch a Chedesh, oder Rishon und oder Sheni. Bei Melo hat man 3 Chedoshim, aber man soll es nutzen in der Zeit, was noch geblieben bis Yud Aleph Nissan. Auf me Malle sein, der alle Achlotes Tevis, was man gehabt in der, und noch mäßig sein in Achlotes Tevis, Kohena wie Kohena.
So in general, the idea of giving a gift is a way to establish a connection, a way to show appreciation. For a Chassid is always looking to be Geidem Nachas Ruach to the Rebbe. And a Chassid thinks to himself, how can I be Geidem Nachas Ruach to the Rebbe? What is the Rebbe going to appreciate? And the Rebbe mentioned many times, when it comes to giving a gift for Yud Aleph Nissan, the Rebbe used those words about giving a gift for Yud Aleph Nissan, a Matana. And the Rebbe, it wasn't necessarily about how many Blat Gemara you learned.
When you're giving something that the Rebbe asked for, but then you're the one giving it. So what are you giving? What's meaningful to you? After giving this gift, do you feel that this brings you closer? Do you feel that now you're part of this party?
We had a bringen in Zal. It's one of the ultra Chassidim that came from New York, and he made us Magzars. We should take upon himself, like we're talking about Yud Aleph Nissan, Chlotted and give the Rebbe Matanos, and the Bochurim give the Rebbe Matanos, and not so much money, more limited Torah. We Bochurim gave the Rebbe Matana, because if that's a bring, we macht a Chlotted, jeder Bocher hat wie Chazen nach Perik Tanya. We had a seder that every Chedesh, every month, by the end of the month, maybe every half a month, we wrote a duch to the Rebbe. And part of the duch, we mentioned this verbringen. We mentioned that the Bochurim made achlata. The Rebbe sometimes is pretty sharp. The Rebbe, he said the halacha is that Ani brings a korban Ani, Asher brings a korban Asher. There's a whole Gemara about it. The Rebbe, like he gave us a chelik. He said it's like a Asher, but to give a Perik Tanya, it's like a Asher. A rich person gives a korban Ani. Like the Bochurim have to do a lot more than that.
there's many ways to connect to the Rebbe, and just b'chlal, even from afar, I could learn something. I could be mekayim the Rebbe's Heiros, and I connect to the Rebbe. But a chassid looks to think, in general, a chassid looks to think, what is the Rebbe? In other words, if I'm looking to be geidim nachas ruach to the Rebbe, so how can I be geidim nachas ruach to do what the Rebbe wants, from me? So I look at the Rebbe's Heiros, and I try to be mekayim the Rebbe's Heiros. So I could even connect to the Rebbe even where I am, from afar, and wherever I am, I have a connection to the Rebbe. I'm not alone. A chassid's never alone. But there's a special significance and a special opportunity to travel to the Rebbe and be in the Dal Damas of the Rebbe, and that's what a chassid looks forward to, and that's what changes. It creates a whole new. There's a whole different avir in the Dal Damas of the Rebbe, and the Rebbe always, the Rebbe would respond with tremendous appreciation, and the Rebbe appreciated when a chassid took up of his time when it came Yud Aleph Nissan to busy time, and the Rebbe would appreciate that a chassid came personally to be there in the Rebbe's Dal Damas during that time, especially for this Yud Aleph Nissan of 120 years.
אז איך כמדובר בתחילת הישבעות. דort der Tedel mit Kerre ולב עומק, die alle, was haben sich matriert gewesen und sich misstattet gewesen. Und es gesessen Scheuß Aruchis in der Isvadus, was sie da sehen, was will das verbinden mit der Covid von der Prat oder von der Jochid. Bobi Schock mit Duberlil, das sie verbunden mit den Linien von Teles Chabad und Nurs Chabad und Pulis Chabad, במעשינו, ובעדותינו ודריקר הפעילים בזה, sind der Ansche Chayil noch nicht als מפקדי, מביא ברוכו in dem המשך von Hilula כמדובר כמה פעמים. אף על פי כן אפילו המזדיקומים, לשם כוונה, noch הכוונה, דצלביאנה כוונה וכולו, ist das echt verbunden mit der Kovic und Pläne beim Pläne. Der Linie von Akkoras Tevo